Algiers to Bejaia, which is east of Algiers, around about 90 miles east from Algiers. Weather condition in Algiers is fine. We have a few clouds at 2,300, some broken clouds at 20,000 feet. The wind is from the west at 17 knots, and there is a bit of a gust at 13 knots. Flight time is going to be just below the hour, so we're going to power up this aircraft. This is the PA-28 Tomahawks. We've done all the external checks and we're ready to start the flight. So let's hop on inside the cab and we will power up the aircraft. So before we do anything, we make sure everything is visible and readable, and handbrake is on. Trim is set to 0 or neutral, and we're gonna put the fuel on. We've got full tank, by the way, and fuel pump, we're gonna put it on. So we're gonna put the master switch and the battery on, fuel pump on. We can hear the pressure and the mixture fully rich. Few inches of the power, and we call clear prop, and we will start the aircraft. Set it to 1200. Is set. No warning light. Start the warning light. We're gonna set the DAAE quickly, which is within 180. Here we are. 180. Here we are. So we set to the back for 090 east once we take off, and the QNH is 1014. That's about right, is correct, around about 80 feet above sea level, and the artificial horizon is set. Airspeed within 0. The fuse is all in, suction within 4 at the moment. We go to the GPS, we're going to put the route. So it's going to be DAAE. Here we are. That's 5 good to do there. 89.6 nautical miles. We're gonna put the VOR for Algiers 112.50, and then the second one is gonna be Bejaia VOR Bravo Juliet Alpha, and we're gonna put it on the standby frequency at 113.00. All set. Transponder on Charlie. DAB set. ADB. Perfect. Everything is set. Right. Okay. So we're gonna create the flight plan. Straight to Bravo Juliet Alpha. And then DAAE. our straight line. We're going to create a seat, and it's going to be this one here. Seat 4. No. Not that one. Not that one. Cancel. Right, let's have a look one more time. That is the one seat 4, but it's taking us through the Bejaia. Okay, fine. Load. Right, okay, that's fine. And the let's connect this.
Weather is not currently available for Hoyuri Boumediene.
Okay, that's fine.
Arriving and departing runway 27.
Arrival.
Weather is not currently available for Hoyuri Boumediene.
No
Arriving
stars.
and departing runway 27. Weather is not currently available for Hoyuri Boumediene.
Transition.
Arriving and departing runway 27.
Fine.
Weather is not currently available for Hoyuri Boumediene. Arriving and departing runway 27. Weather is not currently available for Hoyuri Boumediene. Arriving and departing runway 27.
Here we are. So flight plan is all ready, and we've got the ground frequency. We will request the clearance to Bejaia. We're ready to go. Full tanks at the moment. Fuel pressure is on. Fuel pump is on. Landing light is on. Pressures and temperatures we didn't agree. That's fine. We don't hit. We don't need it. And we are ready to go. Right, we're going to request the clearance. British Airways 344 ready to copy Alpha clearance to Delta Alpha Echo.
British Airways 344 is cleared to Delta Alpha Alpha Echo. Climb via the SID for departure, with the Bejaia transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 27. Maintain flight level 080. Squawk 5513.
British Airways 344 is cleared to Delta Alpha Alpha Echo Squawk 5513.
Read back incorrect. British Airways 344 Squawk 5513.
Squawk 5513, British Airways 344.
British Airways 344 read back correct.
Right,
QNH is
squawk
1013, let us know when you're ready for pushback.
5513. Here we are, squawk is there. We're gonna retrieve right, okay. fine. So it's going to be about 12.2 DMB. Bravo Juliet. Okay. 1 minute. 1036. And then we do full turn. 4 minutes. And we should be able to intercept the localizer. Okay, that's fine. 113.00. Minimums 1,900 meters. And that's the NDB 329.6. Okay, that's the frequency for the localizer 110.5 decibel 5. Okay, fine. So ready to go. Okay, British Airways 344 request taxi.
344 taxi to runway 27 via taxiways Alpha 2, Alpha 1, Alpha 8, hold short runway 27.
Roger, British Airways 344. What we do now, we're going to go and face the aircraft into wind, and we will do the power check, release the brakes, and we're going to face it here. 260 there we are, and brake on. And we'll increase the power to 2000 RPM. Carburetor heat on. Drop there, not exceeding 75 RPM. So he's correct, he's melting all the ice in the Venturi. Back to cold. And we will check now the magnetos. Right magneto, left magneto. So left, right magneto, there's a job there, 50 RPM, and it shouldn't exceed 125 between two of them. Back to both. Left magneto, another job, 50 plus 50, that's 100, is not exceeding 125, so the magnetos they're fine. Back to both, and we close the power and the engine still running around about 500 RPM. Back to 1200, so we're alright for takeoff. We shouldn't experience any problem, electrical problem on takeoff. So let's taxi to runway 27 for takeoff. Remind you, this is a PA-28. It's a lovely aircraft, 4-seat, and is mainly used for flight trainings. We're here in Algiers at the moment, and we'll be taking off very shortly from runway 27. Here we are holding short at runway 27. So we're gonna get in touch with the tower, and we will request departure. British Airways 344 holding short at runway 27, ready for departure.
British Airways 344 contact tower on 118.7.
118.7, British Airways 344. Before we take off, we need to switch the tack to the right tack, so we know that the right tank is working. So we've got both tanks working at the moment. Before we do anything, so fuel pump is on, landing light is on, mixture fully rich, fuel hatch is set, DAAE is set. British Airways 344 holding short runway 27, ready for departure.
344 winds are calm, cleared for takeoff, runway 27.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 27, British Airways 344. Here we are. So we'll be taking off and then around about 1,000 feet of the elevation. We'll be turning left towards Bravo November Alpha, which is an NDB, and there will be that's our SID, and then we'll be climbing to let's check the departure climb. It's going to be 080. We're cleared for 2,500 feet, the initial climb, and then straight to flight level 080. Correct, no problem. Right, here we go. Before takeoff, QNH is set, DI set, reading 0, airspeed, suction, reading 4 between 4 and 5, fuses all in, and diameter discharging, and we are ready to go. Here we are, full power. Airspeed is increasing, 60 knots, 65, and rotate gently. We are on a climb, holding the runway heading, a bit windy. We're holding 80 knots, the best rate of climb. 2,000 feet, maintaining runway heading, and then we'll be turning left. We're maintaining runway heading to 80 knots, and we are climbing 500 feet a minute. We just passed 500 feet right now. That's Algiers. It's passing 600. And we took off approximately about 10 past 1 local time. 10 past 1 local time, sorry. 10 past 1 Zulu. 10 past 12 Zulu, sorry. Maintaining to 7 and 80 knots. Reaching 1,000 feet, around about 1,080. 1,100. We're going to proceed with our left turn to follow the SID. Here we are, left back, no more than 17 degrees. Keep climbing to 2,500, and after that we'll pass Sierra Mike Echo. We'll climb straight to flight level 080. It's passing 1,400 for 2,500.
British Airways 344, you have traffic at 9 o'clock 9 miles at 1,600 feet. British Airways 344, you have traffic at 9 o'clock 9 miles at 1,700 feet.
Roger, British Airways 344.
British Airways 344, you have traffic at 9 o'clock 10 miles at 2,000 feet.
Visual with the traffic, British Airways 344. I think it's on there.
British Airways 344, you have traffic at 12 o'clock 1 miles at 1,000 feet.
Roger, British Airways 344. Just passing 2,000, 2,500, level off. And then when we pass the Sierra Mike Echo, we will climb to flight level 080 and follow the departure. Way to Bravo November.
British Airways 344, you have traffic at 11 o'clock 6 miles at 1,100 feet. British Airways 344, you have traffic at 11 o'clock 6 miles at 1,000 feet.
Roger, British Airways 344, 2,400.
British Airways 344, you have traffic at 11 o'clock 8 miles at 1,800 feet.
You are 2,500. Power is 24 RPM, 23 RPM. Here we are. Flying all the 2,500 till we reach the NDB. SMR. Samar in Algiers.
British Airways 344, you have traffic at 10 o'clock 3 miles at 1,000 feet.
Anyway, we're going to put the autopilot on at the moment, which is here, with the heading, and we will hold the altitude at 2,000.
British Airways 344, you have traffic at 10 o'clock 3 miles at 1,000 feet.
We're going to climb to flight level 080, and landing light, we don't need it, so that's off. Perfect. So we're going to climb very shortly to flight level 080. We're still on the right track at the moment. We'll switch shortly to keep the plane in balance. Just having a glance at the pressures and temperatures and the pressure. They're all within the green arc. Here we are, just to show you.
British
fuel
Airways
pressure.
344, you have traffic at
All
10
pressure.
o'clock 5 miles
And
at
the current temperature is very
1,400
important to check
feet.
this. Perfect. Right, okay. We will switch frequency now. British Airways 344 request frequency change.
British Airways 344. Frequency change approved. Report when back on frequency.
Right, we're going to switch to Algiers control. Provide us with the service. Right, okay, so here we are. Good afternoon, Algiers control. This is British Airways 344 at 2,500 feet, climbing to flight level 080.
British Airways 344, maintain flight level 080, altitude is flight level 080.
Maintaining flight level 080, British Airways 344. Right, so we can climb to flight level 080, we've been cleared. So autopilot, altitude off, autopilot off, full power. Increase the pitch up, here we are, 80 knots to flight level 080. Reaching 3,000, so we're going to lead the mixture because the air density is reduced. It reduces with height. So let's reduce the mixture here and we keep an eye on the EGT there.
British Airways 344, contact Algiers Marib Central SE Center on 124.9er. Enjoy.
Roger, British Airways 344. So we're going to get in touch with Algiers Maghreb. So that's fine. British Airways 344 climbing to flight level 080.
British Airways 344, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Right, we're climbing to flight level 080. The autopilot is off, and we're climbing at about 80 knots. Best rate of climb. As you can see, mixture is leaned, and we're holding the heading for our route. towards the SID, which is BNA, Bravo November Alpha. Just passing 4,000 for flight level 080.
British Airways 344, you are off course. Turn right heading 123 to return to course.
Okay, we're going to follow the procedure 123 to get to the course.
British Airways 344, climb and maintain flight level 080.
Roger, British Airways 344. Back to the course now. DNA for the departure. And the QNH 1013, which is the standard pressure, atmospheric pressure. The transition altitude in Algiers is at 3,990, which is 4,000 rounded. So we're going to put the QNH at 1013. Here we are. QNH 1013 set. Passing 5,000, another 3,000 to be reaching the cruise. 80 knots, 1, 2, 3. And about 500 feet a minute.
British Airways 344, expedite climb to flight level 080. British Airways 344, resume navigation.
Resuming navigation, British Airways 344. Towards Bravo November Alpha. Bni Amran in Algiers is a little town where the NDB, and it's our departure. Set departure, sorry. Passing 5,500 to 600 nearly.
British Airways 344, you have traffic at 11 o'clock 10 miles at flight level 055.
Roger, British Airways 344. We've been airborne for the last 7 minutes now. Flight time is just below the hour. $6,000, another 2,000. We'll be on a cruise.
British Airways 344, climb and maintain flight level 080.
Climbing to flight level 080,
British
Airways
344, you have traffic at 10 o'clock 10 miles at flight level 050.
Roger, British Airways 344. For those who love the flight simulation, there's a flight tomorrow on Airbus 320 flight factors, flying from Algiers to Switzerland, and it's in Geneva. So for those who would like to follow the stream,
British
they can.
Airways 344, you have traffic at 9 o'clock 7 miles at flight level 050.
Roger, British Airways 344. Yes, as I was mentioning with regard to the flight for tomorrow, Algiers, Geneva, and the stream will be starting around about 2 o'clock local time, and it is about 1 o'clock GMT. It's passing 7,000 for 8,000. We're still on the right tank at the minute, so we stay on the right tank for another 10 minutes and then we switch it to keep the place in balance.
British Airways 344 expedite climb to flight level 080.
Roger, British Airways 344. Apology for this. This is only a software for an IFR flight. It's not really that accurate because you keep repeating the same thing. You know, unfortunately, it's not real ATC, but it will do the job. Just passing 7,500 for 8,000. Flight level 080. Transferred the frequency for Bravo Juliet Alpha VOR, and it's showing us 64 nautical miles to go. Here we are 8,000 and we are leveling off now. Reduce the power, 23 RPM. Trimming the aircraft to maintain the flight level 080. The aircraft is trimmed for flight level 080 and we will put the autopilot on with the heading altitude hold. And the aircraft now is on autopilot. RPM 23 RPM at the moment. And we are exactly 66 miles west of Bravo Juliet Alpha. We're going to do the Frida check at the moment, which stand for F for fuel, R for radio, E for engines, D for the DAAE, and the A is for altitude. So we're going to start by the fuel. Fuel is on the right tank. We're going to keep it there for another 5 to 10 minutes. Radio, we are tuned into Algiers, Maghreb. Flights, and the pressures or temperature. We need the green or pressure. The green fuel pump, the pressure is on. We turn it off and the pressure stays there. So we're all right. DI is set 090.
British Airways 344 you are off course. Turn left heading 060 to return to course.
Yes, the DI is set altitude is flight level 080. Freedom check completed. And we're just scanning everything so that flight level 080. RPM 23 RPM, and we've got a ground speed of 114 knots, not too bad for PA28. As the wind is from behind, with a tailwind. And so far is okay. So we're gonna enjoy the flight, and I will show you the approach charts very shortly, how we're gonna proceed to our approach once we start the descent to intercept the localizer at Bejaia airport.
British Airways 344 resume navigation.
Resume navigation, British Airways 344.
British Airways 344, this is Algiers Marib Central SE Centre on 124.9. Please repeat your request.
Roger, British Airways 344. Right, okay. Here we are. As you can see, the visibility is very reduced. Hazy. We are on the more or less instrument meteorological condition. We just have to rely on this instrument, as you can see here, to give us accuracy. What we're doing and what the plane is doing. That's the artificial horizon to give us the attitude of the aircraft. If it's pitching up, pitching down, rolling, left and right. That's the airspeed, give us the speed of the aircraft. That's the altimeter, it's giving us the altitude, or the transition altitude if you want, which is above 3,990 is the transition altitude in Algiers. At the moment we are at flight level 080, which is 8,000 feet above sea level, and this is the vertical speed indicator. It's indicating us that the plane is on straight flight level. This is the DAAE, which is lined up with the compass, and we are heading east at the moment to 090. We've got a squawk of 5513, and we are identified at the moment by Algiers Maghreb, and we have the GPS here, show us the route and the distance to the airport, and we are tuned into Bravo Juliet Alpha, which is VOR, Bejaia VOR, and that's the radial from Bejaia. Distance to Bejaia 55.5. Here we are. Right, we're gonna do another Frida check. Fuel, we're gonna switch to the left tank to keep the plane in balance. Keep it balanced. And fuel pump is on. Pressure is on. Off. Right, radio is turned into Algiers, Maghreb. All pressure and all temperature within the green. Here we are. DAAE set 089 more or less 090. We're gonna go to 090 just to be on track. And now the weather is cleared, so we can see the lovely, beautiful mountains of Algiers from east to west. Atlas Mountains, beautiful. Give you a view from the outside very shortly. That's the Mediterranean Sea on the left, going to New Europe to the north, and the altitude is at flight level 080. Right, fantastic. This is the view from passenger side, and right outside. We're at 8,000 feet above mean sea level, and I believe the Atlas Mountains they extend up to 4,000 feet, if I'm correct. That's the right side of the aircraft. Starboard. You're enjoying the beautiful sight of Algeria. This is the Atlas Mountains. They extend from east to west. Right, let's go back inside now. Just to make sure everything is correct. The tailwind is helping us a lot. So we have got 34.5 nautical miles to go. We'll be starting our descent around about 24 nautical miles, around about 700 feet a minute. Rule of thumb. So yes, 8 yeah, 8 3 times is 24. start our descent. And I'll show you the approach chart very shortly, just to show you how we're going to proceed with the approach to intercept the localizer at Bejaia for runway 26. We're going to check the weather very shortly, what we've got. So this is the approach chart. So we'll be coming from this way. We can enter the hold. We're going to carry on straight. We're not going to do any hold. And then around about we are a small aircraft, bear in mind, around about 6 miles, 6 nautical miles, on a heading of 081. We're going to turn to 036, 4 minutes. We will make a full turn, and we should be able to intercept the localizer. And we will be descending around about 370 feet a minute at 3 degrees slope. This is the chart. Transition altitude at Bejaia is around about the same. That's here is in meters. In feet is going to be around about 6,000 feet approximately. This is our descent. 3 degrees slope. Give us about 370 feet per minute. About 6 miles, 6 nautical miles. Sorry. That's the chart there. So 29 miles to go. And we will put the frequency for the localizer on a standby, which is 110.50. Here we are. We're going to set the course shortly as well, which is 261. Keep an eye closely on the instruments and the fuel. We're still on the left tank at the moment. We keep it there just to keep the aircraft balanced. Nautical miles to go. About 24 miles we will request the descent. Just to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, for tomorrow, or for those who wish to follow the live stream that is going to take place same airport, Algiers, name of the airport, Huari Bougainville. On flat factor aircraft, which is a very good aircraft, is the Airbus 320. We'll be doing a flight to Geneva in Switzerland. That will be challenging. So if you want to follow the stream, is tomorrow around about 2 o'clock local time, 1 o'clock GMT. Description about the channel. It's called Vol Flight Simulator. It's a combination of French and English. So Vol is flight and then you get flights in English. Simulator is the same as in English, simulator. So this video is purely for those who like the simulation and nothing else. Cannot be used on the real world. It's only purely for flight simulator. I have flown this aircraft many times in real life, and I've logged a lot of hours on this aircraft. And what I have to say, it's a beautiful aircraft for training. Right, okay, we're gonna start the descent now. British Airways 344, request to descent to 3000.
British Airways 344, climb and maintain flight level 130.
Right, my apology for the program is not 100%, but it does the trick. British Airways 344, request to descend to 5000 feet. Right, so let's start the descent. So fuel pump is on, carburetor heat is on, and the altitude hold off. Reduce the power to cruise descent. Lower the nose. We're going to descend around about 500 feet a minute or 600 feet a minute. That will do. Nice cruise descent. We're going to descend to around about 4,000 feet, which is just above the minimum, to get us off this terrain clearance, and then straight to 081 on the hold, and then 036, and then we start doing the turn within a minute. We should be able to intercept the localizer. Nice cruise descent, as you can see. And I think the minimum here is about 4,000 feet. Cannot go below that because we have a lot of terrains. It's passing 7,300, and the QNH is at 6,000. At Bejaia, I think it's at 1018, but we'll double check on the weather just to get the accurate weather report from the Meta. We have the correct weather report at Bejaia at the moment, and we have temperature at 19 degrees, no clouds below 1,500 feet, and the wind is from 260 at 14 knots, Kavok, 19 degrees, QNH 1011. So we're going to set the QNH now. now as we are just below the position. So 1011 sets. Perfect. So that's the weather at Bejaia. It's passing 5,600 for 4,000. 13.6 nautical miles to the airport. We're doing the landing checks very shortly once we are done with. Still on the left tank at the moment. We stay there just to keep it balanced. Let's talk to the ATC, see if recognize what we're doing. British Airways 344 descending to 4,000 feet.
(344) descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Altimeter not currently available.
Here we are.
344 altitude is 5,000
Here we
feet.
go, we're on 5,000 feet. That's fine, so that's the minimum. I was wrong, so it's going to be 5,000 actually. Right, we put the altitude holders on. We hold 5,000. Once we pass the minimum, we're going to start descending. We might have to extend the downwind to 12.5 nautical miles, as it is mentioned on the chart actually. And then we will turn to 036 degrees for 1 minute, and we will do a full turn, and then we should be able to intercept the localizer at Bejaia. So at the moment we're at 5,000 feet, QNH 1011 on a heading of 090, and we are 10.3 nautical miles. I can see the airport right in front of me. I'll show you is there. If we look at the chart quickly to see what we've got. That's the approach plate here. So that's the hole, so we'll be doing that. 036, 1 minute, full turn, 12.2 DME to Bravo Juliet, from Bravo Juliet, and we'll be descending on 3 degree slope, around about 370 feet per minute. That's the approach. We'll carry on with the approach correctly. Use the wrench. 20 nautical miles. Here we are.
British Airways 344 turn left heading 067 vectors to the localizer, approach for runway 26 at Summamabane Ramdane, maintain 5,100 feet.
Right, so as you can see, we received the clearance now. We are vectored now from ATC, so we're going to turn to heading 067. We maintain 5,000 and to intercept the localizer for the runway 26. Turning left heading 067, maintaining 5,000. British Airways 344.
British Airways 344 heading is 067.
Right, we're turning to 067, maintaining 5,000 feet. So we're being vectored at the moment to intercept the localizer. Now the standby frequency for the localizer. airport very shortly. This is Bejaia's harbor. City. Remind you, it's about 90 miles east from Algiers. And that's the airport there, which is the east from the city. Carry on to 12 nautical miles from Bravo Juliet. Cannot identify the localizer at the moment. Just double check the frequency. Sure, correct frequency. 110.5. I'm going to request a descent to 3000 at the moment, just past the British Airways 344. This request to descend to 3000 feet.
344 negative. Maintain 5,100 feet.
Okay, fine. Follow. Follow. I just don't trust the software that much. That's why I'm trying to take the decision. But let's see if it's going to work. According to the charts, we need to be. Proceed with the landing checks. The handbrake is off and the carriage is done. Mixture is not reached yet till we reach 3000. Landing light is on. The QNH is set. Radio tuned in to Algiers, Maghreb at the moment. So all the landing checks are all completed. 5.8 so far. Away from the airport, and we can see we've got the localizer there, Bravo Juliet. Here we are, got it there. Perfect. So identified. Perfect. We are quite high, but I'm just trusting the pilot ATC program to give me the correct altitude, because you need to be about 3000 to 2500 feet. So I should start the descent really and hold 2500. We have got no glide slope here, so let's try one more time. Might be able to
British Airways 344 turn right heading 072.
Turn right heading 072, British Airways 344. heading 072. Here we are. 8.1 nautical miles. North of the airport. Fuel situation is fine. We're going to switch to the right flank, as you can see, just to keep the aircraft balanced. Let's see if we can request a descent, see if we can get it. British Airways 344 request to descend to 2,500 feet.
344 negative. Maintain 5,100 feet.
Giving us quite a long downwind, and then we'll be turning to intercept the localizer, and then we'll be starting the descent. So normally we should be turning right now because we are a small aircraft. What I will do, I will start with the descent because it will take us a long time to follow the procedure. So I will descend to 2,000 feet, so 2,500, so reduce the power. And I'll be turning down very shortly. I will intercept the localizer. So we are at 072. So I'm going to turn to heading 036. Once I'm on 036 for 1 minute, I'll start the turning and we should be able to intercept. We are following the chart that I've got.
British Airways 344 turn right heading 077.
Alright. Take on the ATC now. Follow the chart. 4,000 feet. So in a minute now, I will start doing the full turn to intercept. Here we are. Full turn.
British Airways 344 turn left heading 067.
I have to ignore that for a minute. Time it's going to take me a long time to start killing that much. Right, it's okay, we're descending to 2,500. We are 14 knots. 6 away from the airport.
British Airways 344 turn left heading 062.
Here we go, 2,500, perfect.
British Airways 344 turn left heading 057.
Perfect, here we are. Getting enough speed there. Altitude is on, 2,000.
British Airways 344 turn left heading 052.
And we should be able to get established very shortly.
British Airways 344 turn left heading 047. British Airways 344 turn left heading 042. British Airways 344 turn left heading 037. British Airways 344 you have traffic at 1 o'clock 5 miles at 6,600 feet.
There we are, established. That's fine. British Airways 344 request frequency change.
344. Frequency change approved.
Right.
Report when back on frequency.
Tune into the tower. Sorry for the switch that I took over myself from the ATC because it's not very reliable. So I didn't want to continue with the vectoring because it would have took a little bit of time. I'm running out with time.
British Airways 344 you have traffic at 11 o'clock 1 miles at 5,400 feet.
British Airways 344 established on final. British Airways 344 established on final.
British Airways 344 winds are cleared to land runway 26.
Clear to land runway 26, British Airways 344. Right, so we are established for the localizer, runway 26 at Bejaia Airport, and we are 11.2 nautical miles. We will start our 3-degree slope around about 5 miles, 5 nautical miles, sorry, or 4, yeah, about 5 nautical miles, around about 400 feet per minute. Come between these two cones, and we will start the putting the aircraft into the landing configuration. 10 miles away. Start the descent very shortly. We are visual with the runway. I can see it from here. About 370 feet per minute. I will disengage the autopilot very shortly, and I'll take the controls, and I will put the aircraft into the full landing configuration with flaps 3. That will give us about 60 knots, or flaps 2 will give us about 70 knots landing speed. 8.8. I will extend the flap shortly, and we are within range, which is the band here, the white band, so we can operate the flaps. We are along what do you call it? You got the short final, which is 4 nautical miles, and 8 nautical miles long final. Perfect. 7 points. Right, let's start the descent now. So I will disengage the and I'll start descending around about 400 feet a minute. And I trim for that, and I extend flap 1, as you can see, is there. Elevation at Bejaia Airport is about 20 feet. Right. Here we go. 5 knots. We really short final now. And extend the flap again. Flaps 2 without the nose, because the nose comes up when you use the flaps. Here we are. 70 knots. A bit of power there. Right, okay. Flaps 2. We'll let go flaps 2. The runway is too long anyway. Not bad. Maintain 17 knots. To land the aircraft is going to be somewhere here. That's where we're going to touch down. That's the good airman practice ship. Airman practice, sorry. Here we are. You need to aim where to touch your aircraft. Plus in 200 feet. And I'm still aiming to touch down somewhere here. Speed is good.
British Airways 344 exit runway when able.
Thumbs up. British Airways 344 cleared of the active. British Airways 344 cleared of the active. British Airways 344 cleared from the active. Right, okay, so it's not responding to us. Don't worry about that. So, hope you have enjoyed the flights, and we should be able to see you tomorrow. If you wish to watch the flight from Algiers to Geneva tomorrow on the Flight Factor Airbus 320. Here we are. We're going to proceed with the shutdown now, quickly. And that's about it for today. Thank you. Right, 1200 there. Handbrake on. Right. Fixture on. Fuel pump off, off, off. Master switch, battery off. Fuel off. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you have enjoyed the flight one more time. And we should see you on the next flight. Thank you. Bye.